you're trying to drive traffic to your website or business online, and you don't have a big budget or you don't want to pay for search engine marketing, there are 7 main ways that you can get traffic to your website. The first is through search engines. Most notably, if you create good, valuable content, it's going to get indexed in search engines like Google and Bing, and it's going to drive people from those search engines when they do queries in those sites like, how do I start a business, to your website. The second is through press. And a lot of times we may think that we need to pay a big PR firm to get us press, but there are so many bloggers and websites and tech blogs and niche blogs on the web that by going to them and presenting them with what you're doing that's new and fresh and different, it may be a lot easier to get them to write about you than you realize, and they'll move their audience over to your website. The third is through social media, and increasingly more and more sites like Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter and Dig and Reddit are driving large amounts of traffic to third-party sites. The fourth are through partnerships and deals. So how can you convince another website owner that has their own source of traffic to move traffic over to your website? Maybe it's because you're going to do a revenue share deal on all the members that they send over to your website or blog. The fifth way is through refreshing content. And if on your website or online business, you're constantly updating your site with new, relevant, meaningful content, it gives people a reason to engage and come back on an ongoing basis. So they don't just show up at your website for the first time, but they come back because they know there's going to be new content on there. The sixth way is through what we call the viral loop. And that's how do you turn your users into marketers for you, such that every person that comes to your website or online business then tells their friends about this. And one of the best examples was when LinkedIn first got started. They gave a reason for you to export your contacts from Outlook and share with all the users to build up your own connection base. And they turned all of their users into marketers for them. And the last is to solve a compelling need. So there's so many websites to go to, there's so many things to do, but if online, for your online business, you solve a compelling need, meaning you really help somebody with things that are important to them, things like how they get their health better, how they can find relationships that they want, how they can get the products and services they really need, it will spread through word of mouth and people will show up more often. And those are the 7 ways in which you can really drive traffic to your site without having to pay for it.